Hi everyone, I've decided to do a video today on flight carry-on skincare. So you may or may not know that I've just got married and I've just got back from my honeymoon. So in that time I went on 4 flights. So this little bag of goodies is what kind of kept my skin going and calm over those 3.5 weeks. So I'm going to take you through it. Okay, so the first thing I do when I get on a flight every single time is take out my contact lenses and put my glasses on. First thing I do is cleanse. I actually got a sample size of this Vichy thermal cleansing water micellar solution, and I didn't like it. It left a kind of film on my face, which I really didn't like, and it didn't feel like it got all my makeup off. I've tried various ones of these, and I think you know what I'm going to say. It's still Bioderma all the way for me. So I cleaned this out, and I filled it with Bioderma because this is a cute little package. I usually keep sample size packaging anyway because it's so useful to fill up and take on flights or take away when you're going for the weekend or something like that. So I filled it with Bioderma. I've talked about Bioderma on my blog a lot. If you don't know about it, it's wonderful stuff. You soak a cotton pad, wipe, excuse me, until all of your makeup's gone. It takes off eye makeup, even waterproof mascara. It's wonderful stuff. It's really, really great. So I used that to take off all my makeup. Instantly felt a lot better. The next stuff is Hydraluron by Indeed Labs, that way. Again, I've spoken about this a lot. It's one of my everyday skincare products. This stuff, if you don't know already, is wonderful. It has why can I not say this word? Hyaluronic acid in it. And this stuff is fantastic. It's naturally produced by your skin anyway, but it gets less and less as you get older, which is why as you get older, your skin gets a lot more dry and a bit more saggy. Boo. And hyaluronic acid is amazing because it holds up to 1,000 times its weight in water. So the idea is that if you put this on by itself, it won't do anything, basically. The idea is that you're just meant to kind of slip it into your existing skincare regime. So the idea is that it acts like a magnet, basically. So if you put this on before your moisturiser and your serum and things like that, it will attract that moisturiser or serum and it will hold it into your skin for a lot longer. So it means that your product won't evaporate from your skin as quickly. It means that your skin just gets plumper, and it's absolutely fantastic. Honestly, if you go into Boots and try a little tester or something, you'll feel it as soon as you start using it. I think there's a lot of skincare products that you use them and it takes a couple of weeks for it to start working. This stuff, pretty much instant. From the first day you start using it, you will notice that your skin is a lot more moisturised, it looks a lot plumper. It's wonderful stuff. It's usually about $24.99 in Boots, I think, but it always comes up on 3 for 2 for skincare and everything, so stock up. It's really, really, really fantastic stuff. The next stage in my skincare when I'm on a flight is usually a skin mask. I usually skip my usual kind of serum and moisturiser and just go straight for a really intensive mask. The one that I chose was this one from Roche Posay. I bought this just before I went on my honeymoon from the Essential sale. At the moment they've got a 1/3 off all French pharmacy brands. I think it ends tomorrow. Last day of June, so it ends tomorrow at midnight. So I recommend going and having a look because they've got some really, really good stuff, and it's a bargain to pick some of that stuff up at 1/3 off. The thing I really like about this mask is that there are a lot of masks where they are so intense and so hydrating that they're really thick. They're almost like an emollient. Whereas this one, it's really light. It's just kind of like a moisturiser. You pop it on, it doesn't feel claggy. You don't feel like you're walking around with a big greasy face, which nobody really wants, even on a flight. And it says on the package that you put it on for 10 minutes and then tissue it off, but I actually found on the flight, because my skin was so dry, that it just kind of sucked it up and there wasn't really anything to tissue off. That's the Hydraphase Intense Mask from Roche Posay, and that's in the sale on Essential with 1/3 off, so that's a really, really good one. Another thing that really suffers for me on flights is my lips. They get really dry, really, really chapped, and they're just horrible. I'm quite a nervous flyer anyway, so I think that while I'm gripping whoever's next to me in a death grip, I also kind of chew on my lips. I do it a lot when I'm stressed. I do it quite a lot at work, so kind of sit there gnawing away at my face, and then by the end of the flight my lips just look dreadful. So I decided to get some lip balm. Again, I got this in the essential sale. This is going to be mentioned a lot, so you should maybe keep account, do a drinking game or something. Every time I mention the essential sale, just take a drink. This is the Nuxe or Nuxe Reve de Miel. You can see it's looking quite battered. It's kind of been around the world in the past couple of weeks. Lip balm. You may have heard about this. It's a cult product. Everybody raves about this, and for good reason. It's fantastic. It comes in quite a big pot, which I was quite surprised about, and it's got lovely matte packaging. I'm a sucker for matte packaging. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, I think that's why I like a lot of the La Roche Posay stuff, because it's got lovely matte packaging. But anyway, what I really like about this lip balm is that, along with the matte packaging, the actual product is matte as well. So it's really rich and really nourishing, but you put it on and it goes on kind of matte. I really don't like sticky lip products. I always get my hair kind of attached to it and end up looking, oh god, like that. So I really like this. It's so rich and nourishing. My lips felt fantastic by the end of the flight. I was slathering this on, and in the various kind of hot countries we went to over the honeymoon, I was putting this on almost constantly, and in the past 3.5 weeks that's all I've used. It's really great. There's actually quite a lot of product in there. So again, that's on the essential sale. I think in the sale it's only about £6, which is a complete bargain, so I really recommend picking that up. The next product is for your hands. You know me, I'm a nail and hand fanatic, so I've always got at least one hand cream with me. This is the Neom, come on, get in focus, there we go, Neom Luxury Organics hand cream. This is Moroccan Blush Rose. I think I got this in the British beauty blogger beauty box. When I got this and I read the packaging, I was a bit kind of, nah, because I'm not really a rose scented kind of person. I think it's, I don't know how to say this without sounding really mean, it's kind of an old person scent. And although like that's not a bad thing, because you know my grandma smells amazing, but rose, just for me, it feels a bit dated. I don't know. Some people really love rose, and you know, more power to you, but this actually has black pepper and lime in it, so it's actually got a bit of a sharp kind of undertone to it, which I really like. Like you can see, I keep smelling it. It's one of those things that you want to keep going back and keep smelling. When I was on the plane, I put it on my hands and my feet, and I wasn't sat sniffing my feet, obviously, that would be really weird, but I kept sniffing my hands as I was sat there watching a film, because it's got something about it, this, that makes you want to keep going back and smelling it. But I think this is actually about £20 for this hand cream, which I think is ridiculous. I think hand creams are much of a muchness. I've never tried a hand cream that's kind of like changed my life. I think all hand creams are kind of the same, you know, they hydrate your hands, they absorb quite quickly, and they smell quite nice. I think that's, you know, that's just what they do. They're not doing any kind of groundbreaking work, so I wouldn't pay £20 for a hand cream. The next one is actually aimed at my specific skin type, which is very sensitive. I have rosacea. If you read my blog or have seen any of my other videos, you'll know all about it. But any kind of stressful situation, which flying is very stressful for me, and any kind of situation where your skin is experiencing kind of out of the ordinary conditions, my rosacea will always flare up. So as soon as we got on the flight, I started feeling a little bit tingly in my cheeks. They started getting quite red and a little bit bumpy and, you know, very hot. So I instantly put on some of this. It's the Avene little sample size of their skin recovery cream, the calming formula. The lovely people at Avene sent me a few samples. I was telling them all about my skin problems, and they sent me some. My dad actually lives in France, and he gets prescribed this by his dermatologist, the whole Avene range really, which is amazing. I think I'm just going to move to France and just bathe in Avene every single day. That sounds amazing. So this stuff is absolutely fantastic. It's like a gel formula, and it really soothes. As soon as you put it on, it takes the heat out of your face. It's so lovely, even with people that just had kind of regular sensitive skin rather than not specific to rosacea or anything like that. It actually restores the hydrolipidic film on your face. That's when your skin has a natural protective barrier, and if you over cleanse or you're kind of scrubbing with, you know, those really harsh kind of exfoliating scrubs, it actually removes that protective layer from your face. I remember when I was a teenager and I used to use really astringent cleansers because for some reason I thought that would help with my really sensitive skin. I don't know what I was thinking. Just makes your skin feel really just like, like too tight for your face. Feels like you've had a really bad facelift and your skin just feels raw and kind of really horrible. That's because you've removed that film from your face. And you know when people say they've cleansed their face and their skin feels squeaky clean, that's not a good thing. You're not meant to, it's not meant to feel squeaky clean. Like your skin is still meant to have some of that moisture left because it, you know, it retains the moisture in your face, which means you don't need to use as much moisturiser. It protects against bacteria and all that kind of stuff. It's a good thing. So this restores it, restores that barrier, which is absolutely fantastic. So I really, really love this stuff. The next product is just my kind of run-of-the-mill everyday moisturiser that I've been using, and I'm actually trying to use it up because I've not been that impressed with it, so I only took it with me because I'm trying to use it up, basically. It may surprise you, but it's the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Matte. I'd heard fantastic things about this. It's aimed at people with combination skin, so it's kind of it's called a Sebo-Regulating moisturiser, and it's meant to reduce shine and all that kind of stuff, and I do have quite an oily T-zone. So I tried this, absolutely loved it at first, thought it was fantastic, really. I didn't feel the need to powder as much during the day when I was at work, which I loved. But I've kind of fallen out of love with it because it really bobbles on my face. So no matter how long I wait before I put the next stage on, so before I put my eye cream on or my SPF, it just, as soon as I start putting it on, I can just feel it bobbling on my skin. And it actually specifically says on the La Roche-Posay website that this is ideal for wearing for base for makeup. I disagree. As soon as I start putting my foundation on, it just starts bobbling. You can feel it all under your jaw, all around your eyes. It just basically all comes off and looks awful. So I'm trying to use this up because I hate wasting stuff, but I'm actually really gutted because I love La Roche-Posay, as you could probably tell from all the stuff that I've mentioned already. But I just, yeah, I can't get on with this. I don't know if I've got a bad bottle, so let me know if you've tried this and it was any better for you, because I'd love to try it again because I do like the mattifying, anti-shine kind of thing it's got going on, but I think once this is done, I'll probably go for a different moisturiser in future, which is a shame. The next product is a water spray from Melvita. It's the Orange Blossom Floral Water, and I got this in, I think it was the British beauty blogger Beauty Box, and I really, really love this stuff. I love water sprays anyway. I've been using the Avene thermal water for years. I think I've tried the La Roche-Posay thermal water as well. It's just fantastic. When I'm having a flare-up with my rosacea, I just spray thermal water on and it takes the heat out of my face straight away. It makes me feel refreshed, makes me feel a little bit calmer. I usually take those things on holiday with me just because, you know, when you're in 45-degree heat, popping that in your bag and just being able to spray it on your face is really, really refreshing and makes you feel a lot cooler. I took this one on the flight just to kind of I would spray it on before I kind of put my moisturiser on and things like that, and anytime I was feeling a little bit grotty, you know, when you get that kind of 4 or 5 hours into a flight and you just feel a little bit bleh. So I sprayed this on. It smells incredible. The Orange Blossom is such a strong, lovely orange scent. I even got my husband to try it as well, and he's usually really kind of like, you know, very, I wash my face in the shower, I don't need these kind of things. And I sprayed it on him on the flight and he was actually like, oh, that's really nice, that feels really nice. So it's even kind of faddy boy approved. So that stuff is really, really good. It can also be used as a toner. You can spray it on a pad and wipe it all over your face after you've cleansed as that extra stage. You can also use it as a kind of not like a fix for makeup, but when I was in Dubai and I kind of looked at my face when I finished doing my makeup, I was like, oh, you've over powdered a little bit, you look a bit too foundation-y. That's almost definitely a word. I would spray this on afterwards and it kind of takes some of that powder away and it makes it look a little bit more dewy and a bit more natural, not so kind of over makeuped. That's also a word. So yeah, that stuff's really, really great. I think that's a sample size. I think usually the usual bottle that it comes in is about that much bigger, and I think it's usually about £16. But I've looked on the Melvita website earlier on today, and it's actually in the sale, so I think it's only about £12 or £14. But it's really lovely. You only use a few little sprays, so I really, really recommend that stuff. One of my main concerns when I go on holiday is SPF. I wear SPF every single day anyway because I'm so fair and because of my rosacea I need to protect against the sun. I've tried a lot of SPFs and a lot of them are way too thick and heavy for my skin. My favourite up to now was probably an Avene one, but I still think that was maybe a little bit too thick for my skin. I would have to really take care to double cleanse properly every night that I used it, otherwise it would kind of break me out a little bit. But when Aaron went to Japan in February, SPF was really, really high on my list of things that I wanted him to get me because they're Japanese, their skincare, as you probably know, is out of this world. They really, really go to town on their skincare, and sunscreen is something they take really, really seriously, as should everybody, but they do it very, very well. So Aaron got me some stuff from Shiseido, I don't know how to say that. And this is the Anessa one. This is actually the travel size version that I got with the full size. I don't know how much it was, which is really unhelpful. And I know that a lot of people hate when people put things like this in these videos because it's kind of like, you know, you can't just pop to Boots and pick this up. But anyway, this is SPF 50 and it's really light. That's what I really, really love about it. It just feels like a moisturiser. It's really easy to apply, sinks in really quickly, doesn't leave a white film on your face, which is always a problem with SPF for me. It protects against UVA and UVB. It's just wonderful stuff. I really, really recommend it. And I popped this on just before we got off the plane so that I was protected against the ridiculous 45-degree heat when we got to Dubai. So that stuff's fantastic. So now we're getting to the last bits and pieces. These are just the kind of last minute, half an hour, hour to go before you get off the plane. I usually go to the bathroom, have a bit of a, you know, cheapy like sink clean that everyone does. I hope everyone does. And I put on deodorant, which I forgot to put in my bag because I was using it this morning. But I put on deodorant and then I also pop a bit of perfume on. These are wonderful. Every time I go to Sephora, I pick up these handbag mini sprays. This is vanilla. It's just a very, very simple vanilla scent. It's lovely. Basically, it's perfume. It just, you know, makes you smell vanilla. What more do you want me to say? Toothbrush, toothpaste. You go and do your teeth and you feel a lot more refreshed. You instantly feel better, don't you? And the last thing I do before I get off the flight is pop a bit of lipstick on. I don't tend to put makeup on before I get off a flight because by that point I'm usually really tired, I'm usually a little bit cranky, I'm not at all prepared for passport control, which is always heinous. So I just pop a bit of lipstick on and that kind of makes me feel a little bit more ready to face the world. I don't want to stand there putting full foundation on, all that mumbo jumbo, so I tend to pop a bit of lipstick on. I like to pretend that it distracts everybody from the rest of my face. So you just pop a bit of lipstick on and you instantly feel a bit more alive. This is one of the Kate Moss Rimmel ones. It's 101, which is a lovely kind of nudie, pinky, lovely colour. It's, I think, you know, it's one of those ridiculous phrases that beauty bloggers say all the time, which is, it's like your lips but better. But it's kind of like a lovely natural pinky, not too over the top kind of thing. So that was my staple when I was getting off a flight, just pop that on and instantly feel a little bit more ready to face the airport. So that was my carry-on cosmetics case. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any recommendations for the things that you use, the things that you always take on a flight to make yourself feel better, then please do let me know. Pop it in the comments below or let me know on Twitter. I'm at Lexington Steel. I love talking about beauty products, so if you want to come and chat to me about any of these things, then come over. I love hearing and finding about little dinky travel size things, so please do let me know if you have any recommendations that you think I would like. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks guys.